Hello everybody, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of the Masters of the Universe New Eternia figure, Snout Spout. Now, I admit, I was not a big fan of the original toy. He was okay, he wasn't one of my top 10, but he's one of those characters that's just been growing on me. Like, I do have the Origins figure, I believe I did do a review on that, go ahead and check him out. But when I saw like the pictures of this dude, on the Mattel website. I thought he looked really cool, and the box art just sealed the deal for me. So I'm really excited to be checking this figure out. So with that being said, first off, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed. You're very much appreciated. And if you watch this video and you haven't subscribed yet and you do like it, then I please ask that you subscribe and also check out my Masters of the Universe playlist. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. All right, so here he is in packaging right off the cuff. I love the packaging for this. I love this art. That looks really cool. I really dig that. And then when you open this up, all right, you get a continuation of it, and you open it all the way, you get this full picture of him just like coming at you with his axe. I really like that. That looks really cool. All right. And speaking of which, so when you open it up, all right, you get the same picture inside. And when that's removed, you got your figure inside with some more really cool art. Let's move him back so we can really see this. So this is some really cool inside art. I do love that. All right. So now let's finish up with the outside. So you spin it around here, as you saw, is a continuation of that. You get some really cool artwork here where you get your new Eternia. You get this really cool picture of him standing there with his axe. Mattel Creations. And then you spin it around here. You got the top of the box that says Masterverse. And then you got your legal over here. So, with all that being said, let's open him up and see what he's about. So here he is out of packaging. Overall, I think he's a pretty good looking character. Now we're going to start off with his points of articulation first because he has a lot of them. So first off, his head does move. All right. You get head movement. His ears move. There we go. So they go back and then back to forth. He has a shoulder joint. All right. With a swivel. An elbow joint. And he does have a wrist joint. All right. Get this up as well. He does have a joint right at the bottom of the ribs. And he also has a hip joint. There it goes. All right. Now, you spin him around this way. All right. His nose does have joints in it, so you get a couple of points of articulation in there. All right. You got his thigh joint with a swivel. You got a knee joint. It's a little tight, but it does move. You got a joint right here at the top of the boot. And you also have an ankle joint. So all his joints move pretty well. I don't have any issues with any of that. All right. Forward just a hair. So now let's start looking at his finer detail. Now I love the head sculpt. The head sculpt looks really nice. I don't think I said this, but the tusks do move as well. All right. Now, one of the cool things about his head is he has light piping for his eyes. For any of you who don't know that, what they do is they use like a clear plastic for the eyes, and then in the back, they have the same color. So when you shine light into it, it looks like the eyes glow. So I always like light piping. I always thought that was pretty cool. So I do like that about him. I like how they done his tusk here. That's pretty cool. Now, if you move his head to the side, he has like this belt here. I think it's designed to measure the water that he shoots, but this dial does move. All right. Now spin him around this way. This arm down. He has like this shoulder piece here, which is pretty cool. There's not a lot of real fine detailing to his sides. Get him around to the back. Yeah, these two pegs here where his backpack's going to hook into. And then you got a hole right there in the base of his head that another pipe will hook onto. And then there's your light pipe in right there. Spin him around this way. You know, basically the same setup. There's nothing different on this side. And back around to the front. So now, let's start taking a look at all his accessories. So first off, he comes with a backpack. All right. So you have this here. It's pretty neat because these are supposed to be, I guess, like water jugs. So the light blue is supposed to indicate how much water is in each cylinder of the pack. So I find that pretty neat. All right. Comes with a couple of hoses for that. So yeah, it's this hose here. And this one. All right. He has a shorter hose that's going to go from his pack to the back of his head. He comes as an iconic fire axe. He comes with a water effect. All right. He also comes with two fists. So he comes with this one here. And he comes with this one here. So now let's see how well all this really works with him. So first off, let's look at his back. All right. So there's two nubs right here that hook into his back. Eventually. All right. That fits really nice and snug. No issues. You got this cord here. Plugs into the top. All right. And into the base of his skull. All right. There that goes. And he has two that hook into the bottom here. All right, so there's one and two. All right, bring them back around here. These hoses clip onto his belt here, like that. And this one as well. Boom. So now all that is connected with no issues. We have this water effect here. All right. That should just go in right here like this. All right. So that works pretty well. No issues with that. And you have his axe here. Let's see. All right, these fingers move pretty easily, which is pretty nice. That axe fits right in there really nice. I don't have any issues with his axe. Now, I think this water effect can also fit onto his axe as well. I don't know. Looks like it should, yeah. So for some reason, if you want the water to come out of the top, I think you can also do the bottom as well. All right. So that can hook onto there like that as well. So if you want water coming out of the two pieces of his axe for whatever reason, you can have that as well. All right. Now let's swap out to his fist. All right, that's that one. And now this one. All right. So his fists swap out pretty well. I don't have any issues with that. So all his accessories swap out pretty good. So my final thoughts on this guy is I do like him. I think he looks really cool. I think they really took some time and did some really good work with him. I love the piping effect for his eyes. I always liked that. That was one of the things I loved about the humanoids over here. They all had that piping effect as well. And that's one of my favorite toy lines. So I like the factor that they put this with him. I feel like they put a lot of effort into this figure. They did a lot of really cool stuff with them. So all his joints move pretty well. I didn't have any issues with his joints. All his accessories work very well with him too. So the question is, would I recommend this figure? Absolutely. I feel like they took a mediocre figure and turned him into a badass. I love this figure. I would highly recommend him to go with your new Eternia figures. So with that being said, I hope you all did like this review. If you did, go ahead and check out my Masters of the Universe playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.